What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So for this horror trailer review reaction, we are taking a look at the new official trailer, official teaser that's just dropped this morning. Primitive War official trailer, a Vietnam War movie gets invaded by dinosaurs. Now, I know what you're thinking, I know what you're wondering. This isn't horror. I thought the same thing when I saw this headline. But usually what I do when I do trailer reviews, reactions, I don't read the articles, I don't do any pre-watching of trailers. The only thing I do, look at the headline and I scroll through the article just to see where I need to pause or close out any advertisements just to keep that sound from bleeding into the video. But what caught my eye, because I didn't want to do this video, as I was scrolling, saw horror sci-fi. So I figure, okay, we're gonna do this one. Let's just get a video up and we'll take a look at this trailer. So let's jump into these article details. We're gonna see what this article is about, then we're gonna jump into the trailer. I'll say going into this right now, I'm not a big dinosaur movie person. So for example, like Jurassic Park, I'm not a big Jurassic Park fan. I never have been with the original films, and then they continued them. Now we're in this reboot, remake, whatever they did with that. Now we have another one coming out. I have never been big into them. Now, that's not to say that they're not good films. It's just, it's never been a franchise that I gravitated towards. I have seen, I think, I've seen the first one, maybe the second or third one, but beyond that, I have not seen any of those films. I'm sure they've obviously done well. They make tons of money. They keep making them, so there's obviously an audience for them. I'm just not that person. Now, with that said, when I saw this headline, I was just going to pass over. But the reason I didn't is I saw Vietnam War and I thought, okay, what's this about? And then as I said, scrolled through, saw horror, so thought, oh, this could be interesting. So that's why we're covering it, just to provide a little bit of context. So this article, we're going to review it real quickly, then we're going to pull up the trailer and go from there. So this trailer here, this article goes into, let's see here. They call it high concept. In the upcoming Primitive War, soldiers in Vietnam do battle with prehistoric dinosaurs, and the teaser trailer for the action/horror/sci-fi movie has arrived. Debuted by THR this morning, watch the teaser trailer for Primitive War below. Quote, "This ain't no walk in the park." The trailer promises taking a shot at Jurassic Park in the process. On that note, it's awesome to see filmmakers outside the Jurassic franchise playing with dinosaurs, as that's something we haven't seen enough over the years. The high concept approach to the material here reminds us a bit of the 2023 movie 65, which saw Adam Driver going up against dinosaurs. And it looks like Primitive War has enough of a budget behind it to make the dinosaurs action look pretty damn good, which gives us hope for this one. All right, so we have a date here. They're expecting this to potentially come in the summer of this year. So, I mean, that's fast approaching. Maybe that's why we're getting the teaser trailer now. We'll potentially get another full trailer maybe towards the end of this month, going into next month, because, I mean, at least where I'm at, summertime typically starts kicking off around May. Early mid-May. Again, that's just where I'm at, but I live in a state where it gets up to like 100, sometimes we get up to like 127, 128 degrees, and it sits like that for 2 or 3 months. So summertime for me starts pretty soon. All right, so we have here the upcoming movie. So we have just the basic stuff here, writer, director information, casting information. We have here, Primitive War is described as an action-packed war film that pits battle-hardened soldiers against the greatest predators that ever walked the earth. Okay. All right, so we have a full official synopsis here. Let's see here. I'm probably just going to read the first couple of sentences. This one goes pretty in-depth. I don't like reading ones that are typically this long. I like just watching the trailer for what it is. So Vietnam, 1968, a search and rescue team known as Vulture Squad is sent to an isolated jungle valley to uncover the fate of missing Green Beret platoon. As they hunt through the premordial depths of the valley, they discover ancient horrors that not only threaten to unravel their minds, but to end their lives as well. All right, that's where I'm ending it. I'll put the link for this article in the description of this video below, so if you want to keep reading that synopsis, you can do so. We have more casting here. A last little blip here about it's going to be promoted by Spark Films in association with Let It Be Entertainment producers, so on and so forth. All right, so we have the trailer. Let's see if we have a poster down here. We have no official poster, so all we have is this trailer. So let's get back to the top of this article. 1 second. All right, there we go. We're back to the top now. All right, so let me pull up the trailer and we're going to see what this one is about.
RT Vulture looking for SFC Baker.
Yeah, you found them.
You ordered, Sarge.
We all made some poor life choices, Baker. The old man would love to discuss the consequences with you.
3 days ago, I lost my Green Berets. There is something going on in that valley. RT Vulture. Reconnaissance is your business. And I need you all to find them for me.
What is it?
Track.
Is it our guys?
No. Animal. Something big. Telling you guys, there's monsters out here.
So for what it is, it looks pretty. I'm not saying this is absolute. Oh man, that's fantastic. So I mean, obviously there's gonna be CGI. So let's start here. There's gonna be CGI involved. Obviously, we know that, right? So at the beginning of this trailer, you can see where it starts off with, it appears to be some really good shots, landscape things, the mountains in the background, things of that nature. It looks very real. It looks pretty spot as far as pretty tight looking, as far as the picture quality of it looking very real. But then it starts to move into scenes where we see the helicopters like flying through this valley and towards like a sunset, which looks very, very heavily CGI. It's not, it almost appears like it's not even polished up to look somewhat real. And then when they get, when the helicopter, when the few of the soldiers are sitting on the edge of the entry to the helicopter, you can see, again, very CGI background. It's as if the helicopter is just, would probably just be sitting there on a stage and the camera is just panning around to make it look like it is flying, and it's not. I mean, there were various shots like that. Even the one where we saw all the explosions happening in a line behind. Again, it almost looked like if you took a picture and layered it on top of another picture, right? If you took like a portrait of somebody and layered it on top of a desert background, but you can clearly see they're not a part of that original picture in the desert. That's what that scene looked like. You saw these explosions happening, but it looked like it was literally not even a part of like where the trees are and where all the soldiers are standing. It just did not look like it blended very well for some reason. And it could just be me. I mean, it was very quick. Now the dinosaurs, from what we did see of the dinosaurs, they look exactly what I would expect them to look like, right, for a film like this. So I'm not gonna fault them, meaning like this film, for how those dinosaurs look. It's exactly what I would expect them to look. Now the only other thing that, and I could be just going too deep into this. This is supposed to be happening during the Vietnam War. So it's not like this is like Jurassic Park, where it's a park, it's an island off somewhere, and that's where all the dinosaurs live, and they haven't been able to get off this island, or they're on various islands, whatever have you, right? They're in Vietnam, so they are in. There's not as if this is an island. They're out there. There's no electrical fences keeping these dinosaurs back. They're free to roam, and we even saw one airborne dinosaur, the shadow, flying over some of the soldiers. So how is it that no one has seen these dinosaurs and no one knows what's happened to these soldiers, but yet are these dinosaurs just staying within this very small remote square mileage range, and whoever comes into this valley or range, that's where the dinosaurs are only staying, they're not venturing out, which I'd find that very hard to believe. Again, I could be diving too far into it and overthinking it, but that is where my brain tends to work, is to think about those things where just the story then starts not to make sense. With all that said, will I see this movie? Yes. I mean, this for me feels very much like a popcorn type action flick, where it's a very simple story, very simple structure. They have the foundation set up. We gotta go find these green braids that are missing. They send in this other team that's supposed to find them, and I'm sure they're gonna find clues like we saw there. They found a notepad where they one individual said someone was killed and we're being hunted. And then we start seeing where I'm sure these other soldiers will start, this new squad will start to get picked off one by one until there's probably only 2 or 3 of them left to get back with the message. Or it may just end where all of them end up dying into another squad that's just somehow mysteriously lost. So again, I'm gonna say it looks pretty mid right now until we can see a little bit of a longer trailer. That one was only about 1 minute and 22 seconds, give or take. So we usually get about 2 minutes and 30 seconds trailer for a full-blown trailer. So hopefully we'll get another one. And if this one is coming out in the summertime this year, hopefully we'll get that one soon. So drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the teaser trailer for Primitive War. Drop a comment in the comment section, but I would love to know everyone's comments as far as how this looks, not so much in comparison to what Jurassic Park looks like and what those dinosaurs look like. I don't want to do that comparison, not quite yet, until we see them a little bit more, because all we got was some very quick snapshots. Otherwise, if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.